I take one trade, it'll be a loss. I take another trade, it could be another loss. I could take one more trade, it could be a loss. I'm not going back to my trading plan and thinking, oh, okay, I need to adjust something, because that's when things go bad. Trust your analysis and trust your process, because I've done this for so long that it only takes me one or two trades to become profitable.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today I have the pleasure to host Jay, who comes from UK. Welcome, Jay.
Hello, thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into trading?
Yeah, of course. So my name's Jay, for the viewers watching. I'm 24. I'm from the UK. I live in a small town next to London, so not too far from London. And I discovered trading when I was 19. So yeah, I've just been, doing it ever since. Had a crazy journey, lots of blown accounts, and here I am today.
We've all blown many accounts, and that's how we learn. Can you tell us a little bit about your learning curve? Like, where did you start, and like the strategy hopping, mentors, communities that you have joined? Tell us a little bit about the learning process.
Okay, so when I was scrolling on Instagram, I just saw loads of trading adverts. Back then, trading wasn't even a big thing. So I searched around, I tried to find courses and I tried to find a mentor. And I think like most people, my journey is quite similar. I came across IML. They taught me the basics. And then when I discovered there were a pyramid scheme, I just left because I wasn't really getting taught by real traders. I was just getting taught by people that just wanted signups and got paid from signups. I wanted to get taught by someone that get paid by trading. So left IML, thank God, because they actually changed their name now because they were getting so much stick. Then went to a different course, spent a lot of money, actually learned something. It was quite an advanced course. He was a really good mentor as well. And then found another course because basically that course was swing trading. And when you trade, you learn a lot about yourself. And I learned that swing trading wasn't for me. It was a really good strategy, really good course, really good mentor, nice guy, very open, very honest. But the style of trading just wasn't for me because of my life. Then I came across SMC, supply and demand, and intraday day trading, and that is the strategy and the perfect style of trading that's good for me. It's perfect, really.
Okay, so you are an SMC trader.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It's actually not about the strategy you trade, it's about your rules. So I could trade a different strategy to someone else. Someone could trade support and resistance. I might trade supply and demand. Now, if their rules is they have a 20 pip stop loss for every single trade they take, and my rules is that my stop loss is, just below where liquidity is going to get taken, that could be the difference of being a profitable trader. It doesn't matter about the strategy. The market doesn't care if the market doesn't care if you've got a 20 pip stop loss or a 30 pip stop loss. It will go to exactly where it needs to go. And we all trade different strategies, but it's your rules that actually make you a profitable trader. It's your rules and what you actually apply and what people do differently. That's what makes you profitable, not the strategy.
Yeah, I totally agree. What did you struggle with the most, and how did you overcome the struggles?
So the thing that I struggled the most with was trying to do it all in one day. So I just wanted overnight. I just wanted it overnight because I was seeing all these people, they were doing so well, people that were younger than me, people that, were doing it, a lot less time than me, putting in a lot, less hours. And I think that's where I was going wrong. I was on Instagram, I was following all these traders, and that's no good at all for your psychology. It's no good for your brain. And when I, moved myself away from that, I just, like I said to you, during COVID, during lockdown, I really dived deep, locked myself away because we couldn't go out anyway. We couldn't do anything anyway. So I really dived deep into my strategy. I found out who I was as a person. And that's when I really started to see results, when I got away from all that noise and, focused and analyzed my own results. And that's why I've been so successful and profitable today.
Amazing. And how is your psychology towards trading now, and what have you done to improve it?
So psychology is a funny subject because, like I said to you earlier, you can't really teach psychology. I think it's hard to teach psychology, but it's something that you need to pick up as an individual because it's your own brain. You can't really give someone else your own brain. You have to sort of figure it out yourself. And like I said to you earlier, interesting facts about me, I've actually never traded a demo account because I don't see the point in demo accounts. I always only trade a personal account or a challenge account that I've paid for because it's more realistic. Because when I trade a demo account, my psychology, it's just my psychology isn't great. I could just place a trade and it could, win, it could lose. I'll just be like, oh, it doesn't matter because it's a demo account. But when I'm actually trading a live account, I'm trading a challenge account, that's when I'm really focused and zoned in. I'm actually, it's just me and the charts.
Would you like to share your screen and show us like how you analyze and maybe a recent trade that you've taken?
Yeah, of course. This is a trade I took on Tuesday. It's CHF. I'll just quickly close all this down, sorry. Okay, so this is a trade I took on Tuesday. It's GBP CHF. I trade supply and demand, so I'll just do a quick breakdown of why I took this trade. So if I get my bar replay tool out, we'll go back to up here.
So do you start on the 1 hour chart or you go even higher?
So first of all, I'll obviously just distinguish the overall direction of the market. So I'll just do top-down analysis. So you can see here on the 4 hour, we're clearly in an uptrend. So I'm looking, well, at the minute, I'm looking for buys. So I just trade a naked chart. I don't have any indicators. I don't have any weird things on my charts. It's just candles and price action. So I'll quickly just play price. So at the minute, I'm currently looking for buys because we're in a clear uptrend. So if I play price, okay. So to me, this area here has been broken, so I'll just get my tool out and call this a break of structure. So now you can see we had a really big impulse move to the downside, and it started from this candle up here. So I literally just trade supply and demand. So if I just draw my supply zone out like so, I continue playing price. Okay, so I can see here that we've got a clear descending trend line, which I know for a fact retail traders are trying to sell from. So they're going to be putting their stop losses somewhere like here, and then obviously targets down here. However, I'm more interested in this zone up here. So right now, I'm going to label this liquidity because I've got loads of traders trying to sell from here. So if I continue playing price, let's see what happens. Okay, so retail traders have been stopped out, which is perfect news because unfortunately, in order for us to win, someone else has to lose. So this was the recent liquidity, which has just been taken out from this high. So continue playing price. Okay, so this looks really nice now. This is extra confirmation that we are looking to potentially tap up into this supply zone. So
the equal highs.
Yeah, so retail traders, again, they see this double top. They're looking to take sells from here. They're probably waiting for a third tap because they like to trade support and resistance. Again, nothing wrong with support and resistance, but we all see the market differently. So again, I'm not, taking any shorts from here. I'm more interested in this zone up here. So let's play price. Okay, retail traders have been absolutely destroyed. They've been taken out. This is really good confirmation. So if I just go back a little bit, let's go back here and then go down to ×3. So let's play price. Okay, so this is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for a tap and a rejection whip in this supply zone. So if I just zoom in, I normally trade what's called a 3-pin, which someone called Usman taught me, who has a really good course, LP trading. Shout out to him. He, really taught me this well. And this is something that works well for me. So you could have set a sell limit, or you could have just entered a market execution. But because GBP CHF is a really wicky pair, I just waited patiently for price to tap into my zone. So you can see here, we've had 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, and I'm looking to get in on the break of the middle pin. So I'm looking for the first pin, second pin, third pin. And as soon as this candle breaks, I'm looking to enter the trade. So if I go down to ×1, play price.
And do you execute on 1 hour chart or you drop lower?
So I execute on the 1 hour time frame because this is something that's really clean. So now we've had the next 1 hour candle, which has broken this middle pin. So as soon, I'm just waiting, I'm just looking at the charts, waiting for price to break. In real time, I'll put my stop loss just above the wick and then targets down to this low down here. So this is a 1 to 7, really nice trade, really nice risk to reward. And now the trade is running. And let's see what it does.
And do you take partials on the way?
So of course at like 1 to 4, 1 to 3, I'll be taking some profit off. But I really do trust my analysis. I really do trust my strategy. Because again, we've got all this liquidity down here. We've got all this liquidity down here that I'm really confident that the market needs to come down and clear. So again, if we just continue to play price, okay, you can see here, price completely, price tapped our take profit perfectly, and it also cleared the liquidity down here. So that's just, it's really simple strategy. It's no, I've got no indicators, no EMAs, no divergence, nothing like that. It's literally just price action and liquidity. Because to me, this is the only thing that makes sense. I see a lot of strategies out there that don't really make sense, but to me, this makes perfect sense. People say they want to, try and trade SMC, trade like the banks, institutions. This is the only thing to me that makes sense, and this is why I trade it. So I hope that, sort of clears up why I trade like this, because again, you can see a really big impulse move to the downside on the 2-hour time frame. So this here becomes my area of interest, and you can see here tapped in beautifully and then sold off to the downside, and we also cleared this low down here.
Liquidity. And I saw that you have like lots of pairs. Are you trading all the instruments that you had on the watch list, or you're focusing on just a couple?
So I've got all these pairs here that I look at. I'm not really trading all of them. I just like to have them all because I like to look at correlations. For example, GBP USD, Euro USD, and AED USD are normally all correlated together. So if something looks really clean on AED USD, like a buy, for example, then it will be the same for GBP USD. So I just have all these pairs here just to see what's correlating with one another. But I don't trade all of them, for example. I just like to look and see what's going on, because I feel like as a trader, you need to be in sync with the market. You need to know what's going on. You need to see moves before it's even happened. And that's what that's why I have all these pairs here. I don't trade all of them, but I just like to see what's going on, basically.
Yeah. So how long time did it take you to become profitable and confident in your strategy and trading?
So I would say, I started in 2019. To be honest with you, I only became profitable in 2021. Last year, I also saw really good results like that. Last year is when I really saw big results and big progress. Because like I said to you earlier, I was trying to do everything overnight. I was comparing myself to everyone else. It was really, really annoying me that everyone else was doing so well and I was still struggling. So during lockdown, that's when I really, locked myself away because we couldn't do anything anyway. So I thought I might as well utilize my time correctly. And that's when I really started to see results, when I put everything, all my hours every single day into trading. And that's when I started to see really good results. And like I said, this question's a bit funny because people watching this will think, oh, okay, it took Jay 4 years to become profitable. It's going to take me 4 years. And annoyingly, it doesn't work like that. It all depends on how you see things. It all depends on how much you learn about yourself as a person, because trading teaches us a lot of things as a person. But for the people watching this at home, I wouldn't look at compare your time to me, because everyone's different. It might take someone else 1 year, it might take someone else, I don't know, 10 months. But for me personally, psychology, emotions, trading, overcoming losses, it took me 4 years. And I wish it only took me 1 year, but here I am, and I don't mind that, because I'm just, grateful for the journey, and I'm grateful for trading and what it's done for me. And,
like you mentioned, everyone else is profitable. You don't know if they're profitable, if they're showing you real results or they're showing you fake results, because that's very common with internet, with all social media. Everyone is just showing the good parts, but not showing when they're losing. So maybe they are making lots of money, but not showing that they're losing double as much.
Of course,
How are you dealing with the losing streak? And how are you dealing when you lost challenges? Because you mentioned that you lost a couple of challenges. How did you deal emotionally with those situations?
So for me, my win rate is probably 40 to 50%. It's not really that high. But like I said to you earlier, it's my rules that allow me to be profitable. So I could take 5 losing trades in a row. Some people might look at that and think, okay, I'm doing something wrong. I need to change something. I need to maybe make my stop loss a little bit higher. I need to trade London session. I need to trade a different strategy. But for me, I've traded this strategy for so long that I've trusted my analysis, and it will take me one trade to become break even again because my risk to reward is really high.
Yeah.
So that's just part of the journey. I take one trade, it will be a loss. I take another trade, it could be another loss. I could take one more trade, it could be a loss. I'm not going back to my trading plan and thinking, oh, okay, I need to adjust something, because that's when things go bad. It's just when you keep to your strategy and trust your analysis and trust your process, because I've done this for so long that it only takes me one or two trades to become profitable. And like I was saying to you off camera, the prop firms released a crazy stat the other day, which I found so amazing. It was like the people that are withdrawing from us so much and the people that have the highest payouts are the traders that are trading the least. And I could sort of resemble to that, because I'm only taking like one or two trades a week, and then I'll just wait for my payout. So I've been funded with the Funded Trader for 2 months now. I had my first payout last week, which was $5,300. Then as soon as they reset my account, I took one trade and it was a 1 to 3. So then I just stopped. I stopped and now I'm just waiting for my next payout, basically. So that's how you need to sort of approach it. It's just all about, psychology. And, as humans, we're naturally greedy. So I just have to write that in my trading plan. As soon as I make a 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, I'll stop. I'll go take another challenge, or I'll go trade a different prop firm.
Yeah. Congratulations for the profits. And you have a really great approach, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is your daily routine? How do you have like any specific sessions that you're sticking to, or do you have any routine that you do before you start trading, before you sit and analyze the charts?
So on a Saturday, obviously markets are closed. I'll do all my analysis then. And sort of draw out my zones where I think price could potentially go to. But I get this question a lot, and I don't actually have a particular favorite trading session. I'm more of I'll take the setup when I see it. So it's not like I'm not waiting for a particular session. I understand, there's better volatility in certain trading sessions, but I'm more of I'll take the trade when I see it. And my mentor again my mentor now is, the same as me. He's literally like, take the trade whenever he sees it. He's not trading a certain session. Because when you try and look for a certain trade in a certain session, again, that's when things could go wrong, because you might be tricking your brain saying, oh, it's London, the trade will definitely play out. But it doesn't work like that. It's the trade will play out, when it wants to play out. And the session that you trade will not affect that, unfortunately. Well, that's what I've found anyway.
Yeah. What are your goals with trading and in general in life? Like, where do you see yourself in 5-10 years?
At the moment, I'm funded with 2 companies. I kind of want to max out with the Funded Trader first, because, like I said to you earlier, I wasn't actually going to take a challenge with the Funded Trader. It's just because I kept seeing them pop up on my social media, and I kept seeing them on YouTube, and you always have some really nice discounts. Like, you've always got a really good promo going on. So it's really hard for me to say no to that and take the jump. But being in the Discord community, Angelo, really nice guy. You don't really see many CEOs that engage with the community, and that's one thing I really, really like. So yeah, shout out to Angelo, he's a cool guy. But yeah, TFT, I think I want to max out with TFT, and then obviously max out of other prop firms. But for me personally, I'd like at least 6 figures in my personal account. That's the main goal. 6 figures, 6 to 7. That's obviously the plan. If I can just compound it correctly and not trade stupidly, I think I can do it, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And do you have any other passions aside of trading?
Yeah, so interesting story. I really love football. I play football every Saturday. I had to give up football for 1 year because I needed that Saturday to learn how to trade. So and a lot of people, you can ask my friends, I love football. I watch football every day. Like, football and trading is sort of, my life. But it came to a point where I had to give up my hobby to learn something that I needed that will benefit me in the future. So luckily for me, it only took me one, I gave up football for 1 year, allowed me to put more time into trading on Saturdays, and obviously I didn't have to train on a weekday. But yeah, I'm grateful for trading, because it's allowed me to obviously not work. I can work for myself. I can play football whenever I want. I can watch football whenever I want. And I trusted myself. I knew it would be worth it in the long run. So it's played out.
Beautiful. What advice would you give to new traders that are just getting started?
Don't compare yourself to others. Like, don't compare yourself to me. You need to figure out who you are as a person when it comes to trading. You need to, there's nothing wrong with taking courses, but learn it yourself, study it yourself, lock yourself away, really figure out what's right for you, really figure out what session you want to trade, figure out what strategy is perfect for you, because there's so many different types of strategies. There's swing trading, day trading, scalping. I told you earlier that I used to do swing trading. I found out it wasn't for me. So then I found intraday trading and day trading, and that's why I'm so profitable, because it's the perfect. It's just great for my routine. So yeah, don't follow all these Instagram gurus and compare your results to their results like I done. It's just all background noise. You don't need any of that stuff. You just need to really dive deep into it and figure out who you are as a trader. And, because trading teaches you a lot of things. It really humbles you. It teaches you a lot about yourself that you don't know. So yeah, and only take a challenge when you're profitable, because there's no point spending £500 every week or every month to take these challenges and you can't pass them, because it's just a waste of money. You could use that £500 to put into a personal account, or to buy more courses, or to do something that will benefit you, rather than trying to pass and trying to get lucky and trying to get your first payout. It just doesn't work like that. There's no shortcut to success. You have to go through the trauma. You have to go through the struggle in order for you to be a great trader. And that's the sad reality of it. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes years.
Yeah. If it was easy, everyone was going to be successful.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. What were the things that you learned about yourself with the help of trading?
So when I started trading, I learned that, like I said, as humans, we're naturally greedy. So I learned that I always wanted to make a certain amount of money. Like I always had a certain target I wanted to hit. And again, that's where I was going wrong. So I wasn't closing my trades out. Say if my target was, I don't know, make £5,000 in one day, and my trade's at £4,500 up, I wouldn't close it, because I've got a certain target in my head. And that's where I went wrong, because I was putting targets on I was just putting a lot of stress on myself, saying I need to hit this certain number, because then I can use that money for something else. It just doesn't work like that. Like I said, the market will move how it wants to move. It doesn't care if you want to make £5,000. It doesn't care if you have a 20 pip stop loss. It will move how it moves. So when I eliminated the greed factor, that's when I really started seeing good results. And it's all about consistency. That's when I started being really consistent. I was getting 1 to 3s once a week, and I was happy with that. And over like a couple of years and over a couple of months, that really does compound, and it's a lot of money. Like I said, someone could say they made £5,000 a day. Okay, great. It doesn't mean anything. If I've got 1 million in funding and I made 1%, it's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything. So yeah, that's where I really started going wrong. Putting targets and working with exactly the numbers rather than working in percentages, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I definitely recommend to everyone to look at the percentages, because that's how you can really measure and that's the best mathematical way, statistics. It's really hard if you just focus on the numbers to track statistically what you're doing.
Yeah, and another bit of advice is when I have 2 or 3 winners, I really I sort of want to be emotionless, but it also makes me feel good, because when I won those trades, someone else lost. So I'm just a small fish in a big pond. Essentially, that has really boosted my confidence. So it's just going to reflect on how your outside confidence as well. So again, cherish your winners, cherish your losers as well. But when you essentially do have a good day or a good week, stop trading, because you've won on the markets and someone else has lost. And that could have been like the banks, or someone really high up. So it's really good to cherish your wins, but not get too overconfident, because when you start to become too overconfident, that's when you start thinking, oh, okay, I can win every trade now, or I can make X amount of money. But really cherish your wins and look at why the trade won. But yeah, it's again all psychology.
Yeah, that's why it's important to be in the present, not to be excited, not to think of, oh, I'm gonna make. No, you're not gonna make anything. Just focus on the moment now.
Focus on tomorrow. Focus on tomorrow, not next week. Just focus on tomorrow and take day by day. But when you get a winner or 2 winners or even 3 winners, my advice is just to stop for the week, to be honest, because you're gonna get too complacent and you're going to think, oh, I can win every trade, and that's when it starts going wrong. And again, same with losers. When people try and chase their losers, they end up accumulating more losses. So when you take 3 trades in a row and say they will lose, you then try and take another one to recoup the third losses you had, but you're just going in a backward spiral. You're just going to end up losing more, and you're going to end up accumulating more losses. And that is the 2 things that stuck to me to this day, and it's the the greatest advice I've probably had when it comes to trading.
Any last words that you would like to share with us?
I think I've covered everything. Yeah, TFT has been great to me. Thanks for having me on. Again, if you need any help with anything or anything understanding the markets, then I'm always, one message away. I don't mind helping people out. And yeah, thanks for having me again.
That's really nice of you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing your experience with us. I wish you best of luck with all your future goals, and I believe you're gonna make it. Just keep the good work and keep the great mindset that you already have, and sky's the limit.
Thanks, Anna. You too.
To all of you watching, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and show us some love in the comments down below. Trade safe, and until next time.